Hey guys, YouTuber 100 here. Alright, now here I am now to complete these sports movie reviews. Yeah, here I am to finally finish them off. And to conclude, this is going to be a review for Dodgeball, a true underdog story. So, yeah, ever since this movie was first released, I've just watched this film countless times, and yeah, I do love this movie. I've always loved this movie ever since I saw it. Yeah, this movie is just really freaking hilarious. Like this film just has so much good humor to it, and yeah, the film overall is still a really good movie too. Like it's not just for its humor. Like this film does have a good story, and yeah, it just is overall. It's a good movie. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I've watched this film countless times ever since it was originally released, and yeah, and I've loved it ever since. Yeah, yeah, this film just, it really does have a good cast of characters. It has a really hilarious villain, some really hilarious one-liners, and yeah, yeah, a lot of yeah, the performances in this film, they're all real good. Yeah, so, yeah, they're just a bunch of like, uh, humorous performances in the movie, and yeah, even the serious performances are still done really well as well. No, yeah, and yeah, yeah, this film really just does have a pretty big cast to it. Yeah, yeah, this film stars Vince Vaughn, Ben Stiller, Christine Taylor, and it also has supporting cast Rip Torn, Justin Long, Stephen Root, Alan Tudyk. I hope I'm saying that right. Yeah, yeah, and it even has some other support, some other smaller roles in this film. There are some supporting cast members Missy Pyle, William Shatner. It also does have Gary Cole and Jason Bateman. So yeah, it does overall there is a pretty big cast of this film. And yeah, just about everybody in this film really does do a good job. I can't really think of any performances in the film that really were just not very good. But yeah, everyone in this film overall does do a pretty good job. Yeah, and yeah, this film pretty much does kind of have a very simple story to it. It's basically just yeah, the main character his his gym is closing down from mortgage, and he has a month to really come up with the mortgage need to save it, and so in order to come up with the money, he forms a team, and they enter a dodgeball tournament, and yeah, and if they win the tournament, they can get the money to save the gym, and yeah, and that basically is what the movie is about. They're just playing in the dodgeball tournament to win the money to save the gym, and while that's going on, and the villain in this movie, he has his own dodgeball team, and he's really just really determined to stop like the other to stop him from getting the money and winning the tournament himself. Well, yeah, well, yeah, and so yeah, and the movie overall, yeah, like I said, it is real funny. Yeah, Ben Stiller, he's just really hilarious as the villain, White Goodman, and yeah, and Vince Vaughn, he also is really good in the film, and yeah, and even cast members Rip Torn and some other cast members, yeah, they are really well, good in the film as well. They have some funny moments in the film as well. Oh, oh yeah, it just has some good timing with some jokes and just some of the deliveries of certain lines. And yeah, just yeah, this one really just does have some really good humor, and the jokes in the film really do work a lot. On Rotten Tomatoes, the critic consensus for the film says that proudly profane and splendidly silly, Dodgeball is a worthy spiritual successor to the goofball comedies of the 1980s. And yeah, it really does does do have good humor, hearing it like that. Like maybe it can like get kind of like overly silly at times, but it's not like something where it like really does become like overkill and you're just saying, okay, enough is enough. Like nothing like there's nothing like that in the film at all. Like the humor in this film, like it really is done like really well to the point where even like when it does like kind of like get overly silly, like it is still funny overall. Like there's nothing where it's just like they're trying like really like just too hard to be funny and it's not working. Like yeah, the film really does have like some good humor to it, and the jokes really are just really you like they can get laughs out of like everyone. So yeah, so I just really don't know what to say. Like, I really do like the film. Like, ever since I was a kid, I've seen it a lot. Like, I remember I saw it in the theater, and I've just really loved it ever since. So yeah, man, yeah, and just about like everyone else that I have seen like talk about this film, they really seem to love it overall too. So just really, yeah, so I just really can't see how people would really don't know like people that really do like not like the film. So yeah, so I just don't really know what else to say. So yeah, but I would give the film probably like a 3.5 stars out of 4. Like yeah, it is a very enjoyable film, and yeah, and the humor overall it does really work well. So yeah, though if there is like something that is kind of like I do kind of like have a gripe with, though it is like a very minimal gripe. What I one of the gripe that I do have with the film is like it does kind of like seem to contradict itself at one point because yeah because and that is like kind of like around like when the movie is really set because yeah in the first scene of the film like a white ends up like showing a photo of himself from like 1987 him like showing that he's like was like really obese at the time yeah and like I said that photo was like from 1987, and when he shows it, he says that it was him like 6 years ago. So yeah, that would mean that it's 1993. But then like later on, like when like we see like the beginning of the dodgeball tournament, the network that like the tournament is airing on says that they've been around since 1999. So I mean, so yeah, so the film like said that it was supposedly set in 1993, but yet like the network says that they've been around since 1999. So yeah, it's kind of a contradiction. Like is it 1993 or is it like after 1999? So yeah, that's kind of unclear. I don't know if like they just like didn't really think that over when they're writing the film or what. But yeah, that's like a little bit of a contradiction right there. But yeah, it is a very minimal gripe. So yeah, but yeah, the film overall it is still like really really good, and yeah, it really is like real hilarious as well. All right. So yeah, I think I've kind of like gone on about it enough. So yeah, so let me just like get into the premise of the film. Yeah. So as the film opens up, it's just like it shows like this like commercial or something for like a it shows White Goodman has his is the owner of Globo Gym, and yeah, it's just showing that Globo Gym is a very successful gym with a lot of members, and it is and yeah, like and yeah, White is just like running the gym, and it is like very successful. And yeah, like I said, he then like shows that he's also like a client of Global Gym, saying that like he's now like due to Global Gym, he's like in a lot better shape, and he shows like what he looked like before, how he was like extremely fat and obese. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, yeah. Global Gym like has the tagline "We're better than you, and we know it." Yeah, and then it shows that like a White's like a competitor, Peter LaFleur, he also has his own gym, Average Joe's, though yeah, Average Joe's is very small and dilibit, dilapidated. Yeah, sorry. Dilibit. Gosh, the word's hard to say. Dilapidated. There we go. Yeah, Average Joe's gym is very dilapidated, and yeah, it just seems like very abandoned and dirty. And yeah, there's not very many members of the gym. Yeah, just yeah, Peter just hasn't really like taken care of the gym very well. Yeah, and it shows that Peter is like friends with like some of like a couple of the his employees at the gym and some members. Yeah, it shows that his employees Dwight and Owen, as well as like a few of his uh members of the gym. Gordon, Steve the pirate. Yeah, Steve the pirate, because yeah, Steve, of course, like, the film, like, Steve is just like, he acts like a pirate all the time, and it's like he really does have the belief that he is a pirate. Yeah, and as well as Justin, who's still a high school student. Yeah, and then yeah, Peter then is like told by um a bank attorney, Catherine and Kate Veach, that Peter here like owes the mortgage on his gym him within the next 30 days, or else the gym will be foreclosed. And yeah, it shows, and yeah, she tells Peter that he owes $50,000 in mortgage, and then yeah, it's revealed that White bought out Average Joe's, and he'll be the one foreclosing the gym. Yeah. So then, yeah, Peter, Dwight, Owen, Gordon, Steve, and Justin were then like trying to figure out ways how they could come up with the money to save Average Joe's, and then Gordon then suggested that they play dodgeball and enter the dodgeball tournament in Las Vegas that he reads about in Obscure Sports Quarterly, like the sports magazine. Then that there's a dodgeball tournament in Las Vegas, that there's a $50,000 grand prize for the winning team. And so then yeah, Peter was at first kind of like reluctant on entering that tournament, since none of them really did know how to play dodgeball. But yeah, Justin and the others then like assured Peter that they could learn, because yeah, Justin announced that he did play dodgeball in PE, and he was showing a film about it, and he can show like the rest of the team members the video. And so then yeah, everyone and then decided that they wanted to be in dodgeball, and yeah, but Peter like was still like forced into it by the rest of them. Yeah. And then it also showed that like back at Global Gym, White was kind of like really like just testing himself to like really like stay on the diet that he's on, and not really start back up to become like obese again. Like he like like did this test on himself where he like tempted himself to go after a donut, but then had like he was attached to like some sort of machine that ended up like shocking him or something to stop him from like going after the donut. Yeah, and then he got a visit from Kate. Hey, to talk over with her how like the foreclosure is going, and then yeah, it just showed like throughout the film, White was like just trying to hit on Kate. Hayden was just like always trying to seduce her and stuff to just like make her date him. And it is of course like interesting, because of course like at the time Ben Stiller and Christine Taylor were married at the time, so yeah, it's interesting to kind of like see this stuff go on between them in the film. Yeah, but of course, yeah, White was unsuccessful in like convincing Kate to like date him and stuff, just saying that she doesn't date clients and stuff. Yeah, and then yeah, then Average Joe's like later on ended up like watching that instructional film on how to play dodgeball. It was just showing me that this mysterious voice was just like guiding this kid Timmy about how to play dodgeball, just going over like how dodgeball is played, and then how there's like 6 members of each team with 6 rubber balls being used, and then yeah, then like once an entire team gets eliminated, the opposing team wins the game, and then yeah, eventually then like the a dodgeball all-star from the fictional ADAA, which stands for American Dodgeball Association of America. Yeah, yeah, Patches O'Houlihan, who he was played by Hank Azaria in this film. Yeah, this instructional film. Yeah, he was played by Hank Azaria. Then he went over like the rest of the procedures with Timmy. Just he told like Timmy that if a ball is caught by an opposing team member before it hits the ground, then whoever threw the ball is out, and another player from the catcher's team comes back into the game. And then and then he just went over like how there's the 5 Ds of dodgeball: dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. Yeah. Yeah. And so then Average Joe's then and then like went into like a regional qualifying match to advance into the Vegas tournament. And yeah, they went up against a Girl Scout troop under the team named Troop 417. And yeah, Average Joe's just was doing like really, really bad in the game. They were just like really getting like dominated against Troop 417 and lost really badly. Yeah, and then yeah, and I guess like while I'm talking about this, yeah, it also showed that like Gordon's family attended the game, like his wife and kids. But yeah, his wife was like a lady that he like had married over the internet or something, and yeah, she like basically like hated Gordon's guts. Yeah, at one point, yeah, she gave like Gordon the L sign, like loser, and yeah, Gordon just like said it was L for love. Yeah, so yeah, that was pretty funny. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, getting back to this, yeah, Troop 417 just really like beat Average Joe's really bad in the game, but then before like Troop 417 could actually be declared the winners, it was then announced that like Troop 417 like was disqualified because during like the drug screening, one of the players like tested positive for steroids and a beaver tranquilizer. So yeah, due to like disqualification, then Average Joe's was declared the winner, and they qualified for the Vegas Open. Yeah, yeah. But then that night, as like Average Joe's was celebrating in like a pub, yeah, White then arrived, and then he just like uh, told Average Joe's that he had formed his own team for the Vegas Open tournament, and yeah, it consisted of like his assistant at Globo Gym, Michelle, as well as like other players like Blade, Laser, Blazer, as well as a women player, Fran Stella Naskovich Defelovitsky, who's played by Missy Pyle. Yeah, and it showed that like Owen and actually like was like had a thing for Fran, and he was just thought was very in love with her. Yeah, even though like Fran was like very seemed to be like was really ugly in her appearance, like with like she just had a bunch of like teeth that were really like crooked and stuff. Yeah. And then yeah, White said that like his team was the Globo Gym Purple Cobras. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But then yeah, as like Peter and the rest of the Average Joe's team were leaving, then and it showed then there was like an elderly Patches O'Houlihan then approached Peter, and yeah, he was played by Rip Torn, and yeah, he just like volunteered to be Average Joe's team coach, and yeah, Peter accepted it. And so then yeah, the following day then yeah, Patches then started to train the Average Joe's team. Even though his training was like really hardcore, like he was like having them like dodge wrenches and stuff. Yeah, he was throwing like actual wrenches at them, just like saying if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. And yeah, he was just like being very like rough on Average Joe's and training. Yeah, he was like using machines to like fling dodgeballs at the team to help them practice. Yeah, and it showed that like some players were like starting to like improve a little. Like some were able to catch balls, but others just like were not doing very good. Like it showed that Justin was just like unable to catch balls at all. Yeah, and then and yeah, then it showed that Gordon just like didn't have a very powerful throw, and then and oh yeah, and I guess like I should also like mention the way that White had actually like found out about like Peter and the rest of the Average Joe's team joining the dodgeball tournament was because like he had sent Average Joe's like a cutout of himself, of which apparently like had a built-in camera in the eyes, which is like how he was able to like spy on Average Joe. So yeah, that's how like White had actually found out about Peter and Average Joe's entering the dodgeball tournament and how he formed his own team. Yeah, and yeah, then the team was like using the cutout as like a target to throw their balls at to practice. Yeah, but yeah, then it showed how Gordon just had a didn't have a very good throw, and yeah, and then and yeah, so Gordon was also like a really bad player on the team as well. And yeah, Patches was telling him that he had to try to get angry, but Gordon just said he wasn't like a very angry person. And then Patches just like nailed Gordon in the nuts, and yeah, Gordon just like in a very high pitched voice just like went, yeah. But then yeah, and then as a ball like then approached Kate as she was standing by, then it showed that Kate like had a very powerful throw, and yeah, she like explained that she had experience in softball, which is why her throw was very powerful, and she was able to knock like the head off of White's cutout. Yeah, and so then yeah, Peter and the others were like trying to convince Kate to join their team, but yeah, Kate just was declining because yeah, she said that it would be a conflict of interest with her being under contract at the bank. Yeah. And then after White like found out about like Average Joe's improving and how Kate was like very good at throwing, then yeah, White once again tried to woo Kate some more, and yeah, and then that night like he went to Kate's house and was just like saying, and yeah, he told her that she was fired from her job because yeah, he had told the bank that she was stealing and drinking on the job, and yeah, he just did it to like free Kate from like her conflict of interest, and so she would be able to date him. But yeah, Kate like wasn't happy about what White did and still turned him down. And then yeah, and then once like Peter then like arrived as well. Oh, well, as White was still like trying to woo Kate right in front of Peter, Kate then just like threw White's head right into the wall, and then yeah, yeah, and as White was like bleeding from his lip, then he just told Kate that they were finished and that nobody makes him bleed his own blood. Yeah, yeah, and then yeah, then as Peter was talking to Kate more about joining the team, then and as he was trying to like bribe her or with some stuff, yeah, Kate just said that she didn't want any of this, but yeah, she did accept just to see how White would react when they win the tournament. So yeah, Kate then officially then joined the team. Yeah. And then it cut to the start of the tournament in Las Vegas, and yeah, the tournament like aired on this like fictional ESPN network, ESPN 8 The Ocho, and the tournament was like being commentated by Cotton McKnight, who was played by Gary Cole, and Pepper Brooks, who was played by Jason Bateman. Yeah, yeah, and then yeah, and for their first match, like before they like actually played, like Owen had told the team that he had made like actual like true dodgeball uniforms for them to wear. Here, but then when he opened the box that the uniforms were in, it showed that like the uniforms were just that he had were just like very like unwieldy uniforms. They were just like very like scampy uniforms made out of like leather and chains. And but then yeah, they like had to get on the court for their game. So yeah, they basically like had no choice but to wear the uniforms for the game. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, Average Joe's first round match was against the German team Blitzkrieg, and it showed that they were coached by David Hasselhoff, and yeah, they even like had an autographed photo of David Hasselhoff for like their motivation. Yeah, yeah, and then yeah, in the match, like Blitzkrieg was like very dominant over Average Joe's early on, but then yeah, then Average Joe's then started to battle back, and then eventually in the end, like Average Joe's was able to win the match against Blitzkrieg, yeah. And then it showed them like after the match, then it showed then David Hasselhoff just like yelling and shaming the Blitzkrieg team and destroying that autograph picture, yeah. And then as Average Joe's was like leaving the court, they then came across the actual team that the uniforms they found belonged to, and it showed that team was also wearing the Average Joe's uniform. So yeah, they swapped the uniforms back, and Average Joe's got their regular uniforms back, yeah. And then and then yeah, and yeah, there was also like during this time there was like this small little uh scene where like after the game, like Patches ended up like giving Peter a scarf, saying that like he earned it for being a good captain for the team. Yeah, and then it also showed that like this Justin's classmate Amber was also at the in Las Vegas as well, because yeah, she and like the cheerleading team was like there for the like the cheerleading championship, like this cheerleading competition, yeah. And yeah, it showed her boyfriend Derek was also there as well, and yeah, it showed that he really like didn't like Justin and was just like making some very like rude comments to Justin right in front of like Amber, and it showed that Dwight Gordon and Kate were there as well. So yeah, Derek was just like insulting just in front of everybody. Yeah, and then yeah, then the following day, he as the tournament continued on, yeah, it showed that Average Joe's was still like was still winning their games in the tournament. Yeah, they got through the second round against like the Lumberjacks. Yeah, and then it just showed then both Average Joe's and Global Jim him just like continuing to succeed in their tournament matches. Yeah, it showed that Global Jim was playing very aggressively and violently against like the other teams in their matches. Yeah, and Average Joe's was also continuing to win matches in the tournament. Yeah, and yeah, Global Jim ended up advancing to the finals, but then in Average Joe semifinal match, they were losing pretty badly, and Gordon was down to like a 5-on-1 situation against the opposing team. And then yeah, then Patches just told Gordon that their only shot to win is for Gordon to get angry. And then yeah, Gordon then looked to his kids that were in the crowd, and it also showed that his wife was flirting with another guy. And then that's when Gordon then just like went into rage. And then yeah, he just was totally like brutalized the other team and eliminated all five to give Average Joe's the win to advance to the finals. Yeah, but then yeah, later on, then as Average Joe's was like celebrating and going to the finals, it then just showed this like a big iron billboard, then just like falling right onto Patches, and crushing and killing him. Yeah, and then it just showed like Average Joe's were like very like upset and distraught over what happened to Patches. And yeah, they just were like didn't know how they could really succeed without him. Yeah. And then, yeah, then later on that night, it showed that White was in Peter's hotel room, and yeah, then he was just like offering Peter $100,000 in exchange for the deed to Average Joe's, and yeah, and because that Peter was just like still like devastated and distraught over what happened to Patches, he was like easier for White to manipulate, and yeah, White was just saying that Average Joe's will close eventually, and yeah, and Peter will be blamed for it. And so then, yeah, due to like all the manipulation, then yeah, Peter then agreed to uh, sign over the deed to Average Joe's. Yeah, though, yeah, Peter ended up like signing the contract off camera. Yeah. And then yeah, then as like the rest of the team was then like trying to ask Peter like what their strategy will be against Global Jim. Yeah, Peter was just saying that he really doesn't have any strategy and that they'll probably lose against Global Jim. And then as like Peter was walking off, then as a as like Steve was like trying to talk to Peter, Peter then just like pinned Steve up against the wall and just told him that he's not a pirate. And then yeah, Peter then just ended up walking off. Yeah. Yeah, and then yeah, Steve then was just like very yeah, Steve was just like very depressed about what Peter had said, and then yeah, Steve then just decided that like he was gonna drop the pirate persona, and yeah, and then yeah, Steve just ended up like leaving, and we wouldn't see him anymore until the end of the film. Yeah, and then yeah, then it also showed that that Owen then actually did come up to Fran and tell her how he really did feel about her. Though yeah, we didn't actually like know like what Fran really did think about what Owen said, because right after he told her like how he really felt about her, it just like showed her looking at him without any reaction or anything, and just cut away. Yeah, yeah. But then it arrived on the day of the championship game, and with Average Joe against Global Jim. But yeah, it showed that like Peter had supposedly left because yeah, when Kate went to Peter's room, it showed that Peter had checked out. Yeah, and also Amber also went up to Justin and told him that like Derek had broke every bone in his body after falling off the roller coaster, and the cheerleading team really can't do their routine without him, and she just told Justin that she really needs him to fill in for Derek, and she would just beg him to do it since he's really the only one that really knows the routine. So yeah, Justin then ended up agreeing. So yeah, Average Joes were really short on players. they only had like 4 players there with Kate, Gordon, Dwight, and Owen. So yeah, nobody, and so yeah, they tried to figure out how they could do it without Peter, but they knew that they still needed Justin and Steve the Pirate. Yeah, but then yeah, then after Justin then like did the cheerleading routine with Amber and the others, Justin then like rushed back over, but before he actually left, he then ended up like kissing Amber, which yeah, that scene was like cut from the original release, but yeah, it was added back in for this version, the unrated version. So yeah, 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 and then it showed that Peter was just like in at the bar at the resort, right? And then after like, then it showed that Lance Armstrong was also there, and then yeah, he approached Gordon, and then yeah, Peter was then just like telling Lance what was going on with him, that he just chose to quit the team, and then yeah, Lance Armstrong then was just like telling Peter that Lance was once in the same position as Gordon when he was like diagnosed with the 3 different forms of cancer, but and he was thinking about quitting as well, but then and with the support from like his family and friends, and that like motivated him to like continue on, and that's how he like won the Tour de France as many times as he did. Of course, like this was before like Lance Armstrong like revealed some more truth behind his victories, but yeah, that's another story. Yeah, and yeah, Lance just like was like saying that like if Peter does this, then it's a decision that he's gonna regret for life. So yeah, pretty much like from like some motivation from Lance Armstrong like that had yeah that then like motivated Peter to rejoin the team. But then yeah, then like the dodgeball chancellor, who was played by William Shatner, due to like Average Joe's not having enough players, just was saying that Average Joe's would have to forfeit the match against Globo Gym. But and then yeah, but as like the ceremony for Global Gym to actually be declared the official winners of the tournament went underway. Before like they could actually be declared the winners, Peter then arrived. But yeah, it seemed to be like too late for Peter to really do anything, because yeah, Average Joe's had already forfeited by that point. But yeah, Gordon then revealed that there was like a loophole saying that the tournament committee could actually overturn the forfeiture or by a majority decision. So then yeah, the 3 judges for the tournament committee then and made the decision on whether or not Average Joe's would be able to play. And yeah, the first judge gave a thumbs up, the second judge gave a thumbs down, but then it showed that Chuck Norris was the third judge, and then he gave a thumbs up, so then that allowed Average Joe's to play. Yeah, and so then yeah, and then in the match, like Global Gym had dominated very early on in the match. Yeah, Kate and Peter got eliminated very quickly. And then, yeah, then it got down to a 4-on-1 situation with Justin by himself. But then, yeah, then yeah, things then like started to turn around for Average Joe's after then back-to-back catches after Justin caught a ball, and then Kate came back in and caught another ball right away. So then yeah, then Average Joe then started to battle back into it. But then yeah, then as Justin was distracted by Amber, who ended up attending the game, Hamish told Justin that she loved him. As Justin was distracted by that, he got eliminated. And yeah, then White just then like said, Joni loves Chachi. Yeah. And then as a ball was being thrown toward Peter, then Kate jumped in the way of the ball and took the shot. And so then yeah, Kate got hit by the ball and she got eliminated. But then yeah, White just got so pissed off about Kate jumping in the way that as Kate was walking off the court, White threw a ball at Kate and hit her right in the face. And yeah, and then the referee then just like declared that misconduct on the court and gave White a warning for it. Yeah, and then White like tried to like talk his way out of it, just saying that he thought Kate was in play and he threw the ball by accident, but of course the referee didn't buy that. Yeah, Peter was in a 2-on-1 situation against White and Michelle, and then yeah, Peter was able to eliminate Michelle, but then yeah, then it showed then White threw a ball that hit Peter, so yeah, it seemed that Globo Gym ended up getting the win right there. But then yeah, the referee then like revealed that White had actually like stepped over the halfway line. when he threw the ball. So yeah, then that was like, so the decision was a double fault. So then yeah, then the match ended up going into a sudden death face-off with White and Peter. And yeah, then the referee then just explained that in this sudden death matchup, that an elimination could only be by uh, striking the opposing player with a ball, and catching the ball would do nothing, and that both feet had to remain like in the triangle, that both White and Peter had to like stand. They had to stand in like individual triangles facing each other, hitting each other, and just both feet had to remain in the triangle. Yeah, and so then yeah, and in the and yeah, before the face-off, like Peter looked into that scarf that Patches had given him, and it showed that a vision of Patches appeared and was just telling Peter to remember his training and trust his instincts. Yeah, and then Peter then just like blindfolded himself with the scarf, because like earlier in the film during the training, Patches had told Peter that if he's gonna lead the team, then he's got to learn the dance in the dark. So yeah, Peter blindfolded himself with the scarf. Yeah. And then when the referee then gave the call, all to start off the matchup, yeah, then White, yeah, Peter was just like standing there doing nothing, and then White grabbed his ball and just said goodbye to Peter, and then he knew he was weak. And just like thinking that Peter wasn't going to do anything. So then White threw the ball at Peter, but yeah, Peter was able to dodge it. And then yeah, Peter grabbed his ball and threw it at White and struck him. Yeah, but though, yeah, Peter actually did kind of cheat, because, yeah, in a wide shot during this part, like it shows that one of Peter's feet was actually out of the triangle when he made the throw. So, yeah, Peter kind of cheated right there. Yeah, it's something that nobody had actually, like, touched upon, but, yeah, if you, like, look at it, you can see that Peter had actually stepped out of the triangle. Yeah, but, yeah, the ball then ended up hitting White and knocking him down. So yeah, White ended up getting eliminated, and Average Joe's ended up getting the win, and they won the tournament. And yeah, then like showed Average Joe's celebrating on the court, and yeah, and then yeah, yeah, and then it just showed like Owen was celebrating with Fran, Justin was celebrating with Amber, and it also showed like two dodgeball girls were with White. Yeah, and then when the Chancellor then like presented Average Joe's the $50,000 grand prize, then White then just like revealed that the victory was basically useless, and since Peter had like signed Average Joe's over to him. But then yeah, Peter then like showed revealed that he took White's $100,000 bribe, and he actually put it on them to win. And due to like Average Joe's like having the 50-1 odds of winning, Average Joe's had won $5 million in winnings. Yeah, and yeah, and then yeah, Peter then also told White that he also like invested the money in the controlling stake of Globo Gym. And since like Globo Gym is a publicly traded company, Peter was now in control of Globo Gym and everything Globo Gym owned, which included Average Joe. So yeah, Peter ended up regaining Average Joe's and now declared himself White's boss and fired him. Yeah, and then yeah, White was not pleased and just ended up storming off. And it showed that he like snatched a kid's hot dog and ate it. Yeah. And as Average Joe's was continuing to celebrate, it then like showed Steve then appeared with a normal appearance, and he was just telling Peter that he thought about what he said, and that he was right, that he's not really a pirate. But then yes, and then yeah, Peter then just like told Steve, well, asked him if he's not a pirate, who's he gonna split the buried treasure with, and showed him the $5 million winnings. And so then yeah, then Steve then and like returned to the pirate persona and celebrated with the team. And it also showed, well, as Kate and Peter were talking with each other, then it showed that a girlfriend of Kate's, Joyce, was at the game as well, and then it just showed that Kate ended up kissing Joyce passionately, and yeah, then Peter and Dwight then just looked at Kate as a lesbian. Yeah, Dwight even said at one point in the film that Kate had to be had to have been a lesbian, and they figured that this confirmed it. But then, yeah, Kate then just said that she's not a lesbian and she's actually bisexual, and then she went and kissed Peter as well. Yeah, yeah, and then the film then just ended. Like as the credits started to roll, then like showed then like there was like this commercial with Peter Heater and like renovated Average Joe's, just the saying that like Average Joe's is the place to go. Oh, if people want to get in shape. And then yeah, then Peter also said that like there were Average Joe's are now forming youth dodgeball classes, and it just now showed that like Justin and Amber were now together, and even showed like Amber was pregnant, and it also showed that Owen and Fran were dating as well. Yeah, and then at the end of the commercial, then like zoomed out from a TV, and then it showed White was now like morbidly obese again. And yeah, White was then just saying that he won the tournament, and then it just showed him like holding up a piece of fried chicken, and White just like said "fucking Chuck Norris" and bit it into the piece of chicken. And then yeah, then the film then went into full credits. But then yeah, then at the end of the credits, then like the obese White then like appeared back on screen, and then was just like talking to the audience, saying that like the good guy winning and the bad guy losing is just the problem with American cinema, that they can't handle any complexity in it. And then he just like gave the viewer something for the ride home. And then he just said, "Check these boots out for size." And then yeah, then that song "My Milkshake Brings More Boys to the Yard is Better Than Yours," yeah, was playing as White was then just like rubbing his like big his body and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, and then he just like finished up by saying, "You happy? Fatty make it funny." And then and that's how it ended. So yeah, like I said, it is a really good film. Like it has some really good humor to it. Like there's like a bunch of funny moments throughout the film, and good performances all around. And and it really does not get to the point where it's just like overkill and they're trying way too hard to be funny. Like it never gets like that. Like the humor in this film, it really does work. So yeah, a really good film overall, and I really do love it. So like I said, 3.5 stars out of 4. All right. So yeah, so I guess that's all I can really say about it. So yeah, so I guess this does it for my review of Dodgeball, a true underdog story. So I hope you guys did enjoy this review, and so yeah, and this concludes my sports movie reviews. So yeah, so I hope you guys did enjoy these sports movie reviews. Yeah, I apologize for like having to have these reviews go on delay into the month of June, because like I was telling you guys before, I just had to put these on hold because like I said, my dad had the appendicitis and he had surgery for it and he was recovering. So yeah, I had to tend to him for a while. But yeah, so yeah, I apologize for like needing to put these on hold like that, but but I hope that you guys did still enjoy these reviews. So so now that I'm finally done with these reviews, now I can get some more stuff coming at you guys. Yeah, but I hope you guys did enjoy these sports movie reviews. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.